Hey everyone, it's Ryder from Skip. Breaking news, the House has approved the $1.9 trillion stimulus package. It is expected to go to Biden later today or tomorrow for his signature, freeing up nearly $2 trillion of aid, including $1,400 stimulus checks. I'm going to talk about those direct payments, when you can expect them, and if you need to take any action to receive. This is the third direct payment. And we are receiving reports that people are getting the targeted EIDL advance money in their bank accounts. Here's one person who received $9,000. I'm going to talk about the latest data there and progress. The vast majority of you are still waiting, but progress is being made. And finally, good PPP news. Number one, most of our partner lenders have updated their websites to take the gross receipts amount if you are an independent contractor or self-employed individual applying. And number two, the White House has released more data on who's being approved, especially small businesses and minority-owned businesses. I'm going to talk about that. The breaking news is here, though. Here's Nancy Pelosi, who was presiding in the House. The vote happened. No Republicans voted for this bill. Before I talk about that, I want to show you this. You know, we have been doing daily COVID updates for over a year, since last February. We started covering this when there were only 70 cases in the U.S. This is exactly a year ago, March 10th, 2020. This is what the infection count looked like in the U.S. You know, most states only had a handful of infections. California, Washington, of course, had the early outbreaks, including the nursing homes up in Washington, and there was a cruise ship off California only a year ago. So I just wanted to show this. A year ago, we were also talking about Italy. Italy had a huge spike, and they locked down their entire country. Many of us in the U.S. thought that was crazy for Italy to take such a drastic action. The stock market and oil prices were tumbling a year ago. They're up today, by the way. I'm going to talk about that. But as we can see here, the dips over the last week have recovered, which is a good sign, and tech stocks have improved today as well. Many of you watching Tesla has gone up substantially. Not quite where it was a few weeks ago, but it's gone up to where it was about 10 days ago. In any case, this is the look back a year ago. So much has changed. This was even way before the original $2.2 trillion CARES Act. And a year ago here in the US, we only had 730 confirmed cases and only 26 deaths. Fast forward to today, and we've had over 500,000 deaths in the US, over 29 million cases. The trends are good. They are still going down, and more states are reopening. There's small business progress on the EIDL and PPP front. And this good news from moments ago, of course. So here we go on the $1.9 trillion package. By a vote of 220 to 211, the House passed the measure and cleared it for Biden's signature, cementing one of the largest injections of federal aid since the Great Depression. Of course, the largest was a year ago, the CARES Act I just mentioned. Biden is expected to sign the bill by Friday. Some reports that he may sign it earlier. All but one Democrat, Representative Jared Golden of Maine, voted in favor. It would provide another round of direct payments for many Americans, an extension of federal jobless benefits, and billions of dollars to distribute vaccines and provide relief for schools, states, tribal governments, and small businesses struggling during the pandemic. Here's a quote from Representative Rosa DeLauro, Democrat of Connecticut. With the stroke of a pen, President Biden is going to lift millions and millions of children out of poverty in this country. It is time to make a bold investment in the health and security of the American people, a watershed moment. By the way, our poll from over the weekend still holding steady. 87% of you have supported this $1.9 trillion package. I asked specifically, if you were a senator, how would you vote? Only 13% of you did not support it. We also just posted this, Val Dimitra, who won a giveaway a few weeks ago. That's when we gave away $1,000. You know, I put up a survey, I think 2 weeks ago, where I asked you, would you rather have $1,000 giveaway or 10 $100 winners? A lot of you said you'd rather take the smaller amounts if it increased your odds of winning, so that's what we've been doing. I'm just going to play what she said because it's very sweet here. Let's just take a listen.
Hello,
for 10
everyone.
seconds.
I was one of the winners of the $1,000 giveaway. I'm so excited with Hello Skip. It was wonderful. I was so excited to hear my name announced. I couldn't believe it. I hardly ever win anything. I was so excited. It came at the perfect time. Thank you so much.
There we go. So she says at the end, stay hopeful. We're going to continue to give away all her revenue, but congrats again to her and all of our other winners. We picked 15 winners on Monday. We picked 10 winners last week. We will probably pick 15 or 20 winners this coming Monday as well. Okay, the targeted EIDL advance news. Here's the poll we put up yesterday. 95% of you are still waiting either for an email, approval, or new rules, as in the rules to change because you may not be in a low-income community. Over 2,000 votes. 4% of you said it says approved on your portal. Only 1% of you have said the money is in your bank account. Well, here's one of the reports from this morning that they have received $9,000 still pending, deposited this morning in their bank account. I'd love to hear, are you the 4% that's been approved? And if so, do you see this in your bank account this morning? Keep the reports coming in. And as always, if you have tips, you can email us tips@helloskip.com. For example, one of the things we did yesterday was on our Skip app, you can send an email directly to the SBA just by tapping a button. We have a pre-filled email. All you have to do is add in your EIDL application number, and it basically asks them, hey, what's going on? Number one, am I going to get an invite to the targeted EIDL grant? Or number two, I'm still waiting to be approved. Do you have an estimate on when I may be approved? That's essentially the messages. Some of you have reported that you're getting form letters back. However, it can't hurt to get on the SBA's radar for two reasons. One, they can often make notes on your account, say, okay, Joe's still waiting. What's going on? Can we move it along? You never know. I mean, a lot of this process is manual, so they may be prioritizing based on who complains, like a lot of things. If you speak up, someone's going to listen, someone's going to take action. That goes a long way in terms of getting customer support, getting people to listen to you. Sometimes you have to speak up. And the second reason, the SBA will get the idea that people are waiting and they need to level up. So it'll just increase the pressure on them. Again, that's on the Skip app. When you go to EIDL Grant Tracker, click Apply for EIDL. Right at the top there, you can send an email directly to the SBA. Now, many of you have also been asking about the PPP program. Funding Circle and Bluevine hadn't updated their forms for you to get the gross amount. They have as of yesterday. So if you go to pppbonus.com, that's Funding Circle, or trackpploan.com, that's Bluevine. Both lenders have said that they now will accept the gross amount. One note, however, if you have previously applied and put in your net amount, Bluevine has said you'll need to cancel your application and resubmit. Funding Circle, however, says as long as you haven't been approved yet, they will work with you. You can email the Funding Circle support and say, hey, I want to change this to my gross amount instead of my net amount. But bottom line, both lenders will take that higher amount. If you are a Schedule C filer, this is relevant for you. Here's a fact sheet that was put out by the administration yesterday. Early indications show that the program reforms, these are the reforms that went into effect on February 24th, to give priority to smaller businesses, that these reforms are working. They give a few data points here. Minority-owned businesses are up 20%, or an additional 1,000 businesses are accessing relief each day, aka PPP funds. Women-owned businesses are up by 14%, or additional 600 businesses per day. And small businesses in rural areas are up by 12%, an additional 1,000 businesses accessing relief each day. In total, more than 400,000 small businesses and nonprofits with fewer than 20 employees were serviced during this exclusivity period as of March 7th. So they published this because this exclusivity period supposedly ended yesterday. I don't know internally how they're going to handle things, if they're going to still give a couple extra days in there before they go back to the big guys. They put this out to show the success of the program. I'd love to hear in the comments, are you one of these businesses that's been approved within the past 2 weeks? Or are you still waiting? Or are you still waiting for your PPP loan? That's the PPP press release. By the way, if you want to find out what's in the $1.9 trillion package that was just approved in the House and will be signed into law soon, we have this on our blog and app as well. You can read through. As always, thank you so much for subscribing, telling a friend about our channel. It means so much to us. Stay well, stay healthy, and I'll see you tomorrow.